A Boston University professor is under fire for slamming white men on Twitter. Saida Gundy is an incoming assistant professor of sociology and African American studies. She made several anti-white comments on Twitter over the several months. The tweets were discovered by a UMass Amherst student who compiled them on his website. Back in March, Grundy wrote, "White masculinity isn't a problem for America's colleges. White masculinity is the problem for America's colleges." And in January, quote, "Every MLK week, I commit myself to not spending a dime in white-owned businesses, and every year I find it nearly impossible." But the school is standing by Grundy and says she's just exercising her right to free speech. Andrea, I'm coming to you first on this. If this were in the reverse and she were an incoming white professor saying this about black men, she would be eviscerated.
Yeah.
No?
So this is the debate. This is, I think, an applicable debate to, is this free speech or is this hate speech? But Harris, the last acceptable form of discrimination in this country now is two groups. One, Christians, and two, white men. And that's why she can get away with this. Why? Where are the organizations in defense of white men? Where are the marches? Where are the editorials penned? I mean, she was sort of hinting around, too, that the problem on campuses is white male masculinity. Isn't that sort of the dog whistle around the rape culture where men are blamed? I mean, we saw that Sabrina Erdely, the Rolling Stone reporter, apologized to everyone for her misguided, factually incorrect reporting, except to the white fraternity boys that she slandered and defamed and misled and ruined their reputations. It is the last acceptable form of discrimination in this country is against white men, and that's why they're feminizing them even more to get rid of that masculinity.
Well, she said a mouthful there,
yes,
Andrea, and I knew that she would.
I was surprised she was so tame, actually. You didn't really let it go, and I'm glad I went to
fresh back from vacation.
Feel very strongly about this
I'm
topic.
glad I went to Boston College, first of all, and not Boston University. And secondly, Boston University is a diverse university. It has a wide range of ethnic groups, and to have a new professor coming in alienating a class of people, I find outrageous. And if the shoe was on the other foot, Andrea, as you said, there would be such outrage, and that professor would be thrown out on his or her rear end in a second.
So Jedediah, where is the outrage?
There isn't. I mean, and I'm not surprised. I'm sitting and I'm listening because this happens all the time. I mean, I taught with people that would base lesson plans off things like this. This is very common when you walk into a college classroom to hear talk like this.
And that's the
you're
tame
absolutely
stuff.
right about white men. They feel very unprotected.
You should see the other things she's putting
Beyond that, the UMass Amherst student, Nick Pappas, who actually discovered these tweets and he compiled them and put them on SoCollege.com, he asks a really real question. He says, well, she's got that kind of bias towards white males. How is she expected to subjectively grade white males in her classroom? How can a college university keep this kind of teacher on staff?
These people teach feminist courses. I mean, when you sign up for women's studies courses, this is what you hear oftentimes.
I refuse to think that they looked into this woman's background and didn't check out her Twitter account, and it goes all the way back some time. So obviously somebody at that university was comfortable enough with what she had to say to go ahead and hire her.
Talking about my favorite subject coming up.